Yo, what is up, everybody? This is Killer K-Rail. I am reporting live from my apartment in Park City, Utah, and we are 3 days away. Wait, Thursday, Friday. Today's Wednesday, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. COVID is still causing me to lose track of days. Anyway, 3 days away from Halloween, arguably the favorite holiday of the year for a lot of people. It used to be my favorite holiday of the year. I have to say it's not this year for the obvious reason. I don't know what's going to happen or what's going to go down, but the show must go on, and I am here in the present moment. And the present moment is the only moment that ever matters, not the past and not the future. Remember that. Always think of the present moment. So, I'm going to think of the present moment right now, and we're going to do a movement break. But before I get to the movement break, I've got to tell you about my new, fun, home exercise tool, the stability ball. Now, I bought this from the TRX website, and normally I like TRX, don't get me wrong. I like the suspension trainer, I like the rip trainer, I like all their kettlebells, I like their side products, their medicine balls, etc. And I came across this smoking deal a couple weeks ago where I was guaranteed $15 off if I make a purchase of $30 or more. Well, said ball that I'm on was approximately $45, and guess what happened? They didn't give me my discount! And I even sent them a message, and they even replied, and they said, what's your order number, blah, blah, blah. I sent them all the information, they didn't give me my discount back, whatever. It is what it is. It's water under the bridge. I get over things really fast. The bottom line is, I have another cool tool to do home exercises and workouts with. And in the event the country should shut down again in a week or 2 weeks or a month down the road because COVID is starting to get out of control again and it's getting cold out, I got one more tool I could add to my toolbox of workouts, and all you need ever, get up really close to the screen. Actually, I'm going to get close to you. All you really need, this is a secret. All you really need to work out is 10 feet of space. You can use your body, and you can use fun tools like this, and like those kettlebells over there, wherever they are, back there, right there. And this mace, let's see if I get my finger, it's hard to figure it out. Right there, the mace, the kettlebells, the stability ball, and your body weight. You've got 100 years of workouts right there. I'm babbling and rambling on too much. Let's get down to the movement break. We're gonna use said ball, and we're gonna do a incline. Are we gonna do an incline? No, we're gonna do a decline. We're gonna do a decline, push-up, alternating hip extension. Then I'm gonna show you something that's a little more sweet and spicy, which is going to have a little bit of salt on it, as I sometimes say, or Tabasco sauce. And that's gonna be a Sidewinder push-up with said stability ball for all you hosses out there that want to really turn your home workouts up a notch. If my camera is crooked, please forgive me. Let me see if I can adjust it so I don't look like a schlub. I need a drink of water already. Whew, I didn't even do anything yet. I guess that's what happens when you exercise 3 to 4 hours a day. Okay, am I in frame? Yeah? Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you the beginner version, and then I'm going to show you the hot sauce version. So, beginners. Knees on ball, hands on floor. See how I am right here? I'm nice and braced, I'm comfortable. You can also attack the ball like this and come onto your stomach and walk your hands forward. To get on your ball, it really doesn't matter. It's up to you. Depends on what level of physical literacy you're at. I'm just going to kneel on it, and I'm going to put my hands on the ground. Okay, knees are on the ball. Hands are under your shoulders. You're going to do a push-up. Lower yourself down, elbows in by your rib cage. Big inhale down, exhale up. Now, when you come to the top position, hip extension here, hip extension here. This looks rudimentary and easy, but I promise you it's not as easy as it looks because you need to sturdy the ball when you raise your leg in here right here. So that's going to cause a nice little core contraction, okay? Push up, hip extension, squeeze those gluteos right there, and your lower back muscles, rector spinae. Alternate back and forth. Okay, you want a little bit of Tabasco sauce on it, come to your toes. All of a sudden, we just increase the lever arm, it's going to be harder because we have more weight we're holding with our arms. Now we do the push-up. Now we do the hip extension. Okay, one more. Hip extension each side. Okay, now the Sidewinder part. Here's where it really starts getting harder. What we're going to do is we're going to kick one leg to one side. We're going to do our push-up. Then we're going to lift our foot, and we're going to kick the other leg to the other side and do a push-up. And we're going to alternate back and forth. So it's going to look something like this. This leg goes out, push up. Leg goes out, push up. Leg goes out, push up. You can also place this foot on the floor to do your push up, and then pop your foot up, and just go back and forth. And you can even do it this way. Knee, and extend your leg out to the side for a little modified version. Okay. Let me get my chair this time so I have a back rest and back support. Because, holy Toledo, I'm not working up a sweat. You ask me why I wear sleeveless shirts all year round? Because you never know when you're going to have to do a movement break and get worked up and hot and sweaty, which I pretty much am right now. Okay, let's take a big inhale and exhale, big deep breath. Remember, we can exhale all that negative, toxic energy and juju out of our system really easily. The power of breathing is very important. Extend your arms out like this, big inhale. And let's exhale. Doesn't that feel much better? Never underestimate the power of breathing and breath control. Okay, let's talk about my good friend Steve Kufa. Sorry, I'm getting stuff on my phone. Okay, Steve, if you're watching, hi Steve. Steve Kufa's a good friend of mine back in Northeast Pennsylvania. When we were growing up in high school, he was the biggest ball buster on the face of the earth. And he knows it, so I can say that. Today's his birthday. If you happen to see him, drop a line and say, hey, happy birthday, Steve Kufa. Anyway, I'm sitting there watching Monday Night Football. I believe it was 1994 or maybe 93. And it's windy as heck back in Northeast PA. It's raining, it's stormy. Any of you that live out there in Northeast PA, you know how crappy the weather can be. And it was raw. It was like 33 degrees and rain. That's ridiculous, folks. 33 degrees and rain? Are you serious? That's 1 degree away from snow, and it just wouldn't quite snow. That's kind of how the weather patterns are in the winter back east nowadays, and that's why I don't live there anymore, and I've been gone for years. Never to return or never be heard or seen from again. Well, maybe not that, but you get what I'm going at. When it's 33 and 34 degrees and it's raining outside, I promise you, it is nasty and it bites right through your flesh. And when you got no body fat like I do, it hurts even more. It's like razor blades just keep gashing you. Anyway, Monday Night Football, I believe it was 94, 93, somewhere around there. Windy as can be, stormy as can be, 33, 34 degrees, rainy, nasty. You don't even want to look outside, let alone step out there and feed the dog. And I hear this commotion outside. And I'm like, well, it's probably trees falling down across the yard, across the road. No big deal, I didn't think anything of it. I wake up the next day, there's 9,000 pumpkins in my front yard. Pumpkins smashed to oblivion. Well, my good friend Steve Kufa drives his pickup truck with 2 or 3 of his friends down to my friend DJ's place, a mile down the road from me, steals a ton of pumpkins from his yard. Mind you, DJ and Steve Kufa are first cousins. Really good friends, too. Steals a bunch of pumpkins from his yard, drives to my place, throws them out of his pickup truck into my yard. And I had to go and clean up this big, huge mess the next day, me and my brother. And I didn't know who the heck did it or whatever. And I saw Steve multiple times, and he was as innocent as can be and acted like nothing ever happened. And he did it the whole time, because he went and told DJ, and DJ went and told me. Anyway, there's my funny Halloween story. What stupidity have you guys done at a younger age like that? What kind of pranking have you done? I'm dying to know, and I'm curious. Please drop a line in there and let me know what kind of stupid stuff you used to do. And maybe you still do. I don't know. And you can call it stupid, or you can call it fun, or whatever. As long as it's innocent, it doesn't cause any casualties or deaths or like any massive destruction, I'm all for it and do it. And he got me. Let's put it that way. That was the extent of my funny Halloween past story. Now, let's talk about Halloween candy, shall we? We're going to talk about a subject that I hold very dear to my heart because I have a massive sweet tooth. Yes, I do. I've been in single-digit body fat percentage longer than I can remember, but I love my sweets. And my good friend Sola, I believe it was, about maybe 2 months ago, asked a question about doing a review on candy. Well, guess what? The long overdue review on candy is happening right now. It's going down, and it's going down live. And I think it's apropos to do it right now because Halloween is only 3 days away. Some of you might be trick-or-treating. Some of you might be taking your kids trick-or-treating. Some of you might be sheltering in place. I don't know what you got cooking or what you're doing. I don't live in fear. I'm not doing anything. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm thinking about right now, the present moment. Remember what I said before? The present moment is the only moment that matters. And it's right now, and it's right here. And right now, I'm going to talk about some treats and some candy, because I like candy too. In fact, I posed the question yesterday. What is your favorite Halloween candy of all time? So for me, back in the old days, I used to like peanut butter cups, Reese's peanut butter cups, the pumpkin Reese's peanut butter cups. I used to love candy corn. I used to like Swedish fish. I used to like gummy bears. Smarties were a 50-50. I do remember we used to play football after Halloween was over in my yard or my neighbor's yard, and we would all bring some of our Halloween candy with us. And Smarties were a very popular thing. What we ended up doing was play football for about an hour, and then we'd take a break and drink some water, and then before you know it, everyone pops out the Smarties, and we would like flick them in the air as high as we can, and so you could flick them highest and catch them in our mouths. Yes, behind our parents' back. That's what, and guess what? None of us choked, none of us died. We're all here to live to tell about it now. We would take the Smarties and pow, and we'd just keep on saying, no, his was higher, his was higher. And we would have fun doing that. Anyway, Smarties were not my favorite. They were okay. I just mentioned what some of my favorites were. I also like the small Milky Ways, the small Snickers. I like the special dark Hershey's, little square miniatures. And anything that had peanuts in it was awesome. Now, fast forward to today. You know, I've gone through all kinds of learning curves over the years. And I detest high fructose corn syrup and hydrogenated oils and partially hydrogenated oils. and artificial colors and artificial sweeteners, and red Lake, FD&C number 4, and yellow Red Lake. Or not, that's a contraindication, isn't it? Not yellow. I'm talking about yellow number 5 and blue number 4 and all these artificial flavorings and colorings. I am highly opposed to that stuff nowadays, and that was all through my health journey and learning curve. But when I'm in 5th grade and 6th grade, I didn't care about it. It's a payday, I'm going to eat it. It's a Baby Ruth, I'm going to eat it. Baby Ruth. That was probably my all-time favorite right there. But nowadays, we need to be on guard for all of these contaminants that are going on. Everything I just mentioned. Partially hydrogenated oils, regularly fully hydrogenated oils, artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, TBHQ, aspartame potassium, aspartame, artificial sweeteners, all these things. They're all out there. And to me, people were like looking for pins and all this other stuff and like razor blades and candy and all that jazz. I was looking for the artificial sweeteners and the artificial colors and flavorings and stuff as I got older when it came to trick-or-treating candy, when people would present to me, K-Rail, what should I get for my kids? What should I put in buckets? And so on. So now, I'm going to take that education and I'm going to throw it in your face. And I'm going to tell you about some of my favorite treats, which I was able to harvest from Whole Foods Market this morning. Now, you always want to go to your ingredient label first. Remember that. Make sure there's no artificial colors, artificial flavors, partially hydrogenated or fully hydrogenated anything in them. No high fructose corn syrup, no FD&C Red Leg number 4, no numbers, no colors, nothing you can't pronounce. So, Swedish fish. You want a Swedish fish equivalent? I got you covered. Sweet Smarts. Can you see that? Can you read it? I should be getting paid by these companies. Come on, man. Okay, Sweet Smarts. This is a healthy alternative to your Swedish fish. You can see the fish right on the package. Yeah, you're going to pay a couple extra bucks for this, but Halloween comes once a year. Go and splurge. And when it comes to treats, you shouldn't be eating a lot of these things anyway. Hello. So if you're going to pay a little bit extra bucks for them, make it last, and that'll make you eat less of it if it's more expensive. Hello, ding dong? Doesn't that make sense? Now, here's the interesting thing about this. All natural ingredients, it's high in prebiotics, okay? Prebiotics are the components that feed the probiotics that are in your gut, reside there already. I've talked about gut health many times. The Smart Sweets company, these Swedish fish right here, are high in prebiotics, which is going to feed the probiotics, which is going to improve your gut health. So you could actually eat candy and improve your gut health at the same time. Matter of fact, interestingly, there's 3 servings per this container. 10 pieces has 28 grams of fiber. 28 grams. And over on the right-hand side, it says 100% of your daily allowance. 100% daily allowance of fiber in one package of these. Now, as good news as that is, it's also possibly bad news if you're not used to having that much fiber. And for some of you, this should also come equipped with a roll of toilet paper because you may need it. Okay, now, Justin's. These guys are legit. So, my peanut butter cup addiction, Justin's right here. This is a fabulous one. They've got vanilla, they've got chocolate, they've got dark chocolate. I always fancy dark chocolate and vanilla. Those are my 2 favorites. So, I'm not going to go get one of those leading brand Reese's. Whoop, did I say it? I didn't mean to say Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, but heck, I said it anyway. Anyway, I want something healthier than that, and Justin's has your back on this. They have an all-natural product right here. Everything is organic in the ingredient label. I don't even need to rattle through it. And this is going to be the equivalent of a healthy peanut butter cup. So if you're looking for a healthy peanut butter cup, Justin's has your back. And that leads me to the next one. If you're looking to watch your sugar intake and still have your peanut butter cups, because I do time-restricted eating and fasting aggressively and vigilantly, I don't really care too much about the amount of sugar I consume because I don't eat very often. And the benefits of fasting will take care of that anyway. I'm not talking about fasting today, though. We'll get into that a whole nother time. Now, but if you are a sugar phobe, like my good friend Jill, she's not a sugar phobe. She just has an addiction similar to mine, and she tries to get the sugar-free stuff. And she loves this company, as do I as well. So if I seriously am looking to cut my sugar intake, Lily's, right here, has a peanut butter cup that is absolutely sugar-free. So they use stevia as their sweetener. These taste delicious as well. And they not only have peanut butter cups, but they have got chocolate chips. They've got caramel chocolate chips. They've got this chocolate-coated popcorn, which is amazing. And basically all of Lily's products are really good. So if you're looking for the healthy alternative to candy that's on a sugar-free basis, I suggest going with a Lily's product. You can find them also on Amazon and online as well. I got a local Whole Foods a mile down the road, so it's easier for me to just go there. Okay. Now, another big slam dunk company. This is called By Wholesome. By B-Y. Wholesome. See this? You know what these are? Remember I said gummy bears before? Hello. Here's your healthy gummy bear alternative. And gummy worms. And candy corn. Holy smoke. That was the most popular answer to my question yesterday of what is your favorite Halloween candy of all time. Candy corn, left and right. Everybody loves candy corn. And you know what? I loved it too. 3 years ago, I went to a friend's Halloween party, and they had this big, huge bucket full of candy corn and peanuts. Never had it before in my life. I had a handful of that. I was so addicted. It was like unbelievable. But I knew, the repercussions that were going to happen after that, because candy corn by itself, let's be realistic, it's probably the most unhealthy candy on the face of the earth that I've ever seen. I mean, it's got it all. It's got fully hydrogenated oils, artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, high fructose corn syrup, zero health benefits whatsoever that I can identify. And what else was I going to say about that? Very high in calories, very high in sugar, very high in carbs, zero fat, but so what? All the rest of it cancels that out in 2 seconds. So that left me scratching. Where can I find a healthy not cotton candy. I was researching cotton candy earlier. Where can I find a healthy candy corn alternative? Well, this company right here, by Wholesome. Actually, is this the one? I believe these are the guys. They've got an organic candy corn. Actually, I'm wrong. There's 2 companies. This one is by Wholesome. These are the Gummy Worms and the Gummy Bears. These are really delicious, and they've got no artificial crap in them. They're organic, and they're clean. The company I'm thinking of is called Yum Earth. They have an organic candy corn. It's either Yum Earth or Yummy Earth. I put the link out on my post yesterday. So if you want to go find it, just go to my page, go down there, and you'll find it. And that stuff is legit. And it's a good alternative to the regular candy corn. So if you want to get some of that and some organic peanuts, mix them together in a bowl and have that as a snack or as a Halloween thing or any kind of treat at any time, give it a try and let me know what you think. I was blown away by how delicious it was. Okay, now, all right. This company is called Unreal, and it is unreal. So another thing people were talking about yesterday, their favorite candy was Mounds bars and Almond Joy. Now, when I was growing up, I despised the idea of chocolate and coconut combined together. There was something about the texture of the coconut and everything else. And all these years later, I realized why I didn't like the Mounds and the Almond Joy. It was because when you bite into it, the coconut tasted rancid and disgusting, and it was kind of like watery. And blending with the chocolate just didn't taste real, didn't taste natural to me, and it was disgusting. And I was soured at a young age. Now, fast forward all these years later, this Unreal company, sugar-free and... Wait, are they sugar-free? Do they use... I think they are... Let's see. Cassava syrup. Chocolate liquor, quick cake. Okay, no. These guys are vegan. That's what it is. So, if you're a vegan, or you know people who are vegan, and you want to ascertain to the kids who come who might be vegan or the families, Unreal is your company right here. They have fantastic treats, and they've got the healthy alternative to the Mounds bar and the Almond Joy. This is a... Dark chocolate coconut minis, they're called. I got this bag down at Costco, and you get these at Whole Foods, you can get them online, you can get them at any health food store. These are little tiny pieces. So, like 2 or 3 of these is not going to break the bank, and it's not going to kill you. Very delicious. They're vegan, they're all natural, and I highly suggest it. They've got also peanut butter cups and a bunch of other type of candy bars and stuff like that on the market as well. So Unreal is a good company. So to recap, we've got By Wholesome, we've got Justin's, we've got Unreal, we've got Yummy Earth. What else did I throw over my shoulder? And we got Lily's. Those are 5 slam dunk companies right there that have all of your needs met when it comes to candy and your addiction. To review the candy thing, remember, no hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils, no high fructose corn syrup, no FD&C red leg number 4, no yellow 5s, no blue 5s or blue 4s, no TBHQ, no acronyms in the labels. Go to your ingredient label first. I've even seen some hucksters out there that are saying, oh, gluten-free and kosher and blah, 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 but then I go in the ingredient label and I find all this myriad of other garbage in there. So dissect your ingredient labels, look at that stuff first, then go to the front and see what else the fancy packaging has you believing. Okay? So there we go. I rambled on long enough. I got one more thing I have to cover. Do you remember going to the arcades years ago? When they used to have arcades before COVID and before all this stuff was going on? Did they even have arcades recently? Before COVID? I think they did. There was the claw game, right? You put 25 cents in or 50 cents, and you move these 2 joysticks, and you move this claw, and it goes this way, and then it goes this way, and you go, and you see that Super Ball, right? Or you see that, like, the fuzzy dice. Everybody wants the fuzzy dice. And you try to drop that claw, and you try to grab that thing, lift it up, and pull it over and drop it in. That game was the biggest ripoff on the face of the earth. And I'm guessing they had it rigged, so 1 out of every 100 times that it dropped, it actually clamped onto something. Otherwise, it's like You know, there's like this big fuzzy ball that a clamp can easily grab and pull up. And the clamp was always like gingerly touching it. And it's like, we're like, oh, get it. Boom. And it just drops and it goes. And then all of a sudden, the 100th turn comes up, and the lucky person who puts the coins in, who's the 100th man or woman, gal, I should say, or kid, all of a sudden the clamp has superhuman strength and jumps in there and just goes boom, and it just grabs whatever it wants, pulls it up, and you drop it in. So I'm fully 100% convinced that game is rigged. Do I sound stupid by saying that? Did you all know that already? Am I dumb? Am I behind the curve? Anyway, make sure to go get 8 hugs today for 8 seconds. Yes, amid COVID, you have my permission. Get 8 hugs for 8 seconds. Be safe. Make sure you know who you're hugging, and you won't spread disease or anything else. If you live in fear, your cortisol level is going to spike, your immunity is going to drop, and you're going to get sick. You may not even get COVID. You might get something else. But that's what's going to happen. That's the sad reality. Don't live in fear. Okay? 8 hugs, 8 seconds. Pick up at least one piece of trash. Always live in the present moment. Always do at least one thing beyond your comfort zone. And for God's sakes, every single day, do at least one good deed without any expectation of anything in return. You follow those rules, you're going to be just fine. You're going to make it through this. It may not, this thing may linger on for 6 months, 8 months, 12 months. It doesn't matter. But we're not thinking in the future, right? Because remember, this is the 3rd time I have to say this. I have to repeat myself 3 times today. Always think in the present moment. Right now is all that matters. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the future. Live in the present moment. Think right now. Don't worry about what's happening on Halloween, trick-or-treat day. Don't even think about what you're going to, well, maybe you might want to plan what you're going to be wearing if you do go out trick-or-treating with your kids or whatever you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to do in your neighborhood. I don't know what's going to happen in Park City in my neighborhood. I know that it's beautiful out right now, and I'm going to go for a walk after I'm done rambling on right now. So that's it. And if you have any questions or comments about the stability ball exercises I did about 900 hours ago, hit me up with that. In the meantime, live your best life. Don't live in fear. Hug people. Look them in the eye. Be gracious and smile. Until next time, this is Killer K Rail reporting live from Park City, Utah. Let's all flex together. Ready? Here we go.